like they stop for the night and the sun turns.
And
that was all. It was all just like a cutscene, but maybe that's what I'm kind of imagining, like sort of.
See, I was more imagining when they're talking about individuals, like smaller, more intimate set pieces, was more like Joel running through the snowstorm by himself. When you've always got Ellie with you, but this is the first time you're really just by yourself and you can't really see what you're doing. And it's not so much a set piece, but it was just tense.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't know where people were coming from. It was just trying to get through without getting seen. Or
that was a gnarly part.
So I was thinking maybe it'll be interesting to see if they incorporate that sort of stealth in Uncharted 4.
Yeah, because Uncharted 3 had stealth sections.
There were stealth sections, but it was one of those like, you fail, you lose.
Yep.
Same with Uncharted 2, like you start in the museum doing that first heist with that dude who ends up fucking you over.
Spoilers, betraying you.
Yeah, you get betrayed every time. Heads up, like someone betrays you. And
you're getting betrayed.
It's a classic adventure, not even just in games, but a classic action adventure trope.
Always.
Someone betrays you that you don't expect, but you always secretly expect.
Yeah.
So no, I'm fine with it. I think it'd be cool to see Uncharted do something a little different.
Yeah, something a bit quieter.
That's what I liked. Like that's why I like 3 so much, because it was different to 2. Just that you would go, spoilers again, back and play as young Drake, and
yeah, that came out of nowhere.
I actually really enjoyed like the desert part that everyone hated so much. And,
just walking through the desert.
Though it is malarkey that he walks through the desert for some crazy amount of time.
He's just fine.
Falls down a sand pit, and then all of a sudden there are enemies, and he's in full fighting form.
Yeah, it just keeps going. I liked at least in it was The Last of Us. Like there were points where he was wounded and you couldn't fight. Like you couldn't move at the right speed. And like,
one of the greatest set pieces that I can think of that was kind of less explosive was the sniper in the tower. And you're at the end of a row of houses, and you've got to
was awesome.
Find your way to that sniper without getting taken.
That on grounded difficulty was enough to make me pull my fucking hair out.
I fucking did it, dude.
I did do it, but it was bullshit. Govinda, what do you think about this quote? At the end of the day, Sony owns Uncharted and they can do whatever they want. This is, when he's saying...
I don't know. I don't have many ins to this industry, but I can imagine...
It is, like Sony owns it, doesn't it?
Sony owns the IP, yeah. I don't think it would be a wise move to... They shouldn't continue it without Drake. Like, if this will be a definitive end, he said, anyway.
But he says the end. They could do prequels. How about that?
I think if they try to continue Uncharted, they really shouldn't.
They really shouldn't
touch Drake.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even be hard to do someone else. Like, it doesn't matter.
Like, yeah, maybe his brother. If this all plays out, maybe they could do.
Sony Ben made a great Uncharted game.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's possible to do a good Uncharted game, and that was with Drake, but it wasn't outstanding.
Yeah,
it didn't blow me away. But again, it was on a Vita, so I guess to see what Ben could do with Uncharted that isn't on a handheld would be interesting.
I could, maybe see something with this brother. Maybe what he's been doing, a side story.
Yeah, I'd almost be... Okay, this is going to sound fucking whack, but how
the cameraman.
Fucking good would it be to have a Sully game? A young Sully game.
Like proper young in maybe the 70s or something?
Before you meet Drake. And the end of the Sully trilogy or whatever it is Sully running into Drake and meeting him.
And training him and...
Because that wouldn't that be fucking...
Yeah, no, I'm on board with that.
The bee's knees.
I'm on board with that.
Who doesn't love Sully?
Who else is in that game?
Spoilers again for Uncharted 3. Give you a second. Skip maybe 30 seconds. When they fake kill Sully, as if your heart didn't fucking sink for a second.
A little bit. I love that we put up a spoiler warning for Uncharted 3, but just went straight in for The Last of Us, which is the newer game.
No, we gave spoiler warnings for that. I said skip a couple minutes.
Oh, did we?
They would have skipped a couple minutes to me saying skip 30 seconds.
Land immediately into the next spoiler. Alright, yeah, so that's interesting. I'm blown away. That's really soon.
That's really soon, and I'm pretty jazzed, to be honest, for them to not do Uncharted anymore. Because it means they'll probably do Uncharted 4.
Yep.
The Last of Us 2 will probably be next year. Maybe.
Oh, you reckon?
End of next year, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I could see it. I think it's a bit early.
I imagine maybe they haven't said anything, but they could have done what they did last time, and they've already split their team.
Yep, yeah, that's true.
So they might have a skeleton crew already working on The Last of Us 2.
Yep.
I could almost see a Last of Us 2 announcement at E3.
It would be pretty fucking out of control. Like, something I think about now is how do they top, like, last year with Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue, for anyone that cares, not me. What was the other big one? The Last Guardian.
That's not a big...
It's pretty unheard of.
No, the Final Fantasy was the biggest announcement of that, and we still may not see that until 2019. Like,
more specifically, is like how are they going to come up with any announcement that's going to be bigger than that? Like, I guess the last
they
of Us
won't,
might do
but I'd be way more down for more smaller announcements. Final Fantasy VII was just so big because everyone's wanted it for so long, and they said no for so long.
Yeah,
and it could just be shit.
What
Everyone really wanted is they wanted Square Enix to make a remake of Final Fantasy VII.
It's so funny. We're just going to go back down this fucking rabbit hole again.
So, until that game is out, and until I'm playing it, and until I know it's good, I'm just kind of trying to temper my expectations.
I didn't include it in last week's notes, but I read a little story that I couldn't really confirm, but it was the director saying that this year, it was translated from Japanese, so maybe we lost something, but he said that 2016, because people have been saying we might get part 1, episode 1 of the 7 remake.
No.
Or even next year.
They still have to get 15 out. They still have to get Kingdom Hearts out.
No, I don't think they care about that. I think those will be pushed more than... But anyway, that's an aside.
They can't. Like, Kingdom Hearts is 13 years in the making or something. Final Fantasy 15 was announced 10 years ago.
I think we'll get that this year.
And I hope so.
They really have to.
There was that press release they did, and it was just them saying, we are going to try our absolute hardest to get the game out. Like, it was not them being like, it's coming out. They kind of said it. Like, yeah, it's coming out 2016, and up until then, we're going to do our absolute hardest to meet that deadline.
Well,
but they never were like, but we're going to do it. Like, it was...
Back to my point with the 7 remake, the director said something like 2016 will be a year of planning, which means they're still planning.
They're still in pre-production.
Which means that whatever we've seen, like that quote-unquote gameplay slice from PSX, is probably just that, like nothing.
It's like the first Kingdom Hearts gameplay we saw.
Yeah, like there's no game behind it. They
nothing.
They just created that.
They just rendered one little alleyway in a town and put in a few monsters and had Sora fighting them. Like, it was not a game.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, God. So it pisses me off. We need to move on.
I honestly don't expect to see Final Fantasy VII until maybe the end of 2017. Probably 2018.
I think we'll hear about it.
I think we'll not non-stop hear about it. I think we'll hear about it at every convention up until its release.
I'm going to say right now, I say we get a release date before the end of this year.
You get a release date on the first part of Final Fantasy VII?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Like, they'll give... The release date's obviously not this year, but they will announce a release date before the end of the year. Oh, fuck, no.
I'm going to put my professional integrity on that.
No. This is a year of planning.
It's a year of planning, but I think we could get it next year.
Maybe. And maybe that's why they made it episodic, but also... that's also a money grab.
Episode 15 of the PS podcast. Mark my word. Ugh. Something from the rumour mill, Govinda.
I was hoping to have like something.
A new segment.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a highly anticipated title that has yet to be confirmed or teased by Rockstar. Several reports in the past have claimed to know some of the game's story details concerning a prequel setting which follows several characters from the original Xbox 360 and PS3 title. The latest rumours concern the game's first announcement and release date. According to news reports, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be unveiled at E3 2016 and will be released on Xbox One and PS4 in October. Rockstar's parent company Take-Two have confirmed in the past that the Red Dead series is a permanent fixture, meaning, much like Grand Theft Auto, it will continue to have new games developed.
Yes.
Yes?
So yes.
That would be a nice...
I'm hoping Rockstar, because Rockstar's smart, they're very smart, and I think they probably saw the approach that Fallout 4 took. And if they do a classic, the game is real and it comes out in 3 months, gonna be fucking shit hot.
That's my new fave thing.
I love it. I fucking hate this Square Enix bullshit.
They're really just the opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh, it's awful.
We can't go back. We're past it.
I have just no faith in Square Enix anymore, and I'm not past it. I'm gonna stick to this
every week.
Fuck, until they can prove me wrong.
We were just talking off air in the little pre-show warm-up. You were saying John Marsden perhaps in his bad old days.
Prequel.
When
he was still part of the 10 points for the gang name.
I don't remember. I wasn't into it that much. I don't think I even actually finished it.
Oh,
to be honest.
What?
I know what happens.
One of the most shocking endings of a game.
So I think it was spoilt for me, and then at that point,
that's unfortunate.
I was in the middle of Mexico in the flat point, and I was like,
there was a bit of a down point, wasn't there?
But then Undead Nightmare came out, and I played the shit out of that.
Oh man, it was so good.
So good.
I can't wait for this, and it times out pretty well to what, we're 2 years away from Grand Theft Auto 5.
6? Oh no, sorry, you mean in the past?
We're past 2 years past Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep.
It seems like it's time.
Yeah,
it's been I don't know how many years, but I want to say 6 years. 5 or 6 years since Red Dead.
You know what I just thought of, which is so sad? If this is true and this game comes out in October, Red Dead 2 is this year's Fallout 4, which means Rise of the Tomb Raider will just get dicked on all over again if it tries to come out against that. Could you imagine?
I think you'd need to drop, if this comes out in October, you'd need to push Tomb Raider.
I feel so bad for
I don't know why. I don't know why people avoid the middle of the year. Do you know why?
Well,
because I don't. There's always a drought, and I don't know why you wouldn't be like, we have an amazing game. Why don't we drop something in July?
To be fair, the whole year's just packed now. It used to just be end of the year and the start.
Yes and no. Not with AAA games.
If you just want to,
they're all packed at the.
If you just want to vamp for me, maybe tell me where people can find it.
I'm still going to play Tomb Raider.
You're still going to play Tomb Raider?
Oh, definitely. I'm 100% buying that game. I can't wait for it. I'm just not buying an Xbox for it. So when it inevitably comes out, I will play it. But yeah, if it comes out with Red Dead, who knows? Let us know what you think at _PS podcast on Twitter if you feel so inclined. We actually have a few questions this week that are going to come up a little later. Little sneak peek. I'm not going to tell you about it though, so it's not really a sneak peek. What are you looking for?
VGA Releases. It's a great website.
Oh no, they didn't pay for that. Please, I'll delete that plug later.
Actually, a shout out to I believe it was Mitch Dyer on Podcast Beyond told me about this website. Not personally, I just listened to his podcast. But...
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, maybe let's win. Yeah, okay, cool. What are you still looking? Still nothing?
Yeah, I'm still.
You could have just left this and just moved on. We don't need this.
Yeah, it's fair. I wanted to be cool, but
it would be sad if Tomb Raider got fucked again.
I know, because it's apparently so good.
I'm gonna play it. I just, other people won't. If Red Dead comes out before it or near it,
I'll probably be playing that.
But that's what I mean. You can't drop Tomb Raider at the end of the year because it's gonna get overshadowed by something.
And now it's a year old, or it will be by then.
It for some. For me, it'll be brand new.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting...
Square Enix won't make that mistake again, I am sure.
And what if 15 comes out then?
That's what I mean. If you really want Tomb Raider to do well, you just don't release it at the end of the year.
And they're publishing it. Because then you've got 2 Square Enix games. They're not going to put 15 up against...
Oh, well, no.
Would they do that?
No, that could be good, actually, because they in good business sense says not to do that.
Yeah.
So that could hint at either pushing Tomb Raider back again,
or maybe pulling it forward. Oh, but
I just don't know what the deal with Xbox is.
That's right. I forget about that.
If there was a clause that it didn't perform well enough, so they are kind of voiding their 1 year exclusivity, then I'd push it forward and I'd put it in August.
Yeah.
I'd just get Tomb Raider fucking out. Just get it done.
Get it gone.
And if you go in August, you kind of just get ahead of that Christmas rush.
Yeah.
15's going to get crushed too if it comes out with Red. Anything near Red Dead's not going to do
well.
No,
this is the new Fallout. I'm calling it now.
It's just Rockstar. Rockstar releases a game. Are they still doing The Agent?
I don't know what that is.
It was maybe a PS4 exclusive at some point, I think. But
probably not. No, it's ringing a bell.
I think it got cancelled. I don't know. Fuck it.
We were talking about Dead Island 2, I believe, is not really happening anymore.